Hello, beautiful ones. I'm here today because I want to speak to you about life purpose. Um, for me, it's been a real journey. Like everything else in my life has been a real journey. Um, for the longest time, of course, I knew I wanted to be but I knew I wanted to be a wife, a mother. To me, that was a given. And I was born in 1973, so that's like a given. You already know, okay, so yeah, you want to find somebody as compatible as possible to marry, and you want to have beautiful children, and you want to raise them properly. And for me, I just wanted them to have a happy childhood. I wanted them to be able to grow up and say that I had a great childhood. My parents was always there for me, and things of that nature. Never saying like, oh my God, my childhood was horrible, and my parents were never there for me, and having to go to therapy and everything because of what I did to them, what my husband did to them. So that was one of my purposes, to make sure that my children had the best upbringing possible, best nurturing possible. And yeah, I really believe that I am a great parent, and I really did do that, and I did accomplish that. But I also believe that you need to have personal purposes in life. And when growing up, for some reason, I always thought that you had this one main purpose in life, which would be whatever your dream, the dream that you conjure in your mind, that your dream is to be. And you tackle that. You try to accomplish that. You do whatever you have to do to accomplish that. And if it doesn't happen, then guess what? You missed out, and that's just what it was. I don't know why I had that in my mind. I don't know why. And that's just the crazy things that your mind tells you. The truths that your mind, or you think that are truths that your mind tell you. The crazy things that your mind tell you that is absolutely not true. Not knowing that you could have multiple purposes in life, that we are bigger beings, way bigger beings than I ever could have imagined, that our minds are so intricate that we could be on different dimensions and not even know it. That's getting a little deep, but that's where I'm at now. These are the things I do know, that our mind, the soul is so deep and so dimensional that you could have a multitude of purposes and strive to make those purposes a reality in your life. And it's just what it is. It's hard for me to describe because there's no describing it, because once you feel it and you know it to be true, you just do it. That's it. You let go of all of these misconceptions. You let go of all of these things that people tell you in life to be true. And you listen to your inner self. And when you do that, that's when you're truly living your life. That's when you're truly discovering who you really are, what your purposes are. So, when I turned about 25, I thought my only purpose, I said, okay, I'm working all these jobs. It's got to be more to this. Like, these jobs are not making me happy. These are jobs. And I knew at the time it was not a career. So I said, okay, if I wanted a career, what would the career be? If I really wanted a career, what would the career be? At that time, it wasn't so much Googling stuff. It was just like, I still was working from the phone book, okay? So this is fake. So, I saw this little ad for CAST, Carolina's Actor Studio Theater, which was a great start. A beautiful start. I met wonderful people. That was the start of my acting, my training to become an actress. And then I felt like I was so great at it. I was getting all of these kudos and stuff. And they were like, why are you here? You need to be in New York. You need to be in Atlanta. You need to be in California. You need to be in all these places but here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I kept trying to explain to these people, look, I didn't even know I wanted to be an actress. This is something that I kind of fell upon. But now that I'm here, it's a passion. I feel like it's a passion, and I really want to do this, but I have a husband. I have children, young children at that, at the time, that I could not even fathom leaving for long periods of time. Now, I know some people can do that, and they're fine with that, but I was not fine with that. So I couldn't do that. But so I said, well, you know what I'll do is I'll just study. And this will just be like a hobby. You know, this will be a hobby, and I'll just study and study monologues, acting for the camera. I went to Central Piedmont Community College as well. Took under Marilyn Carter. I took acting for the camera 1 and 2, acting classes, just everything that I could at the time, being a wife and mother and working full-time jobs, that I could do, because it just started becoming something that I really wanted to do. I'm talking like, you know, the reading of the books, acting for the camera, just everything. Studying monologues. Let's don't forget the headshots. Okay, I had agents as well. Multiple agents. I had an agent in Atlanta, of course agents here in North Carolina. Look, oh, this was me, child. Oh, this is the first one. It's not all that good, but that's the first one. That's not the second one. This is one I did. Oh, look at me with the long hair and everything going. You know, that's shrinkage, so anyway. And this one I got my hair got. Look, I thought I was cute. See, my first sign should have been when the name wasn't even spelled correctly on my headshot when I sent it off. That this was not for me at the time. I'm talking like, you know, independent films. I did independent films, training films for, at the time it was called First Union. I think it's called Wells Fargo now, or whatever it's called. But the bank, First Union Bank, I did independent film, skate movie. Of course, theater was my big thing. I really loved theater. I felt so free, like, you know, I could be anybody that I wanted to be. And that was so appealing to me at the time. Like, and then everybody was telling me I was great at it. Like, oh my God, you know, my family was like, I never thought that you would do something like this. I mean, they were just really surprised. They were really surprised that I was doing this, that I was getting on stage. I was in theater productions like Keeping Score, Life Compromises, The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison, Black Nativity, just Confrontations, just everything. Training again at Carolina's Actor Studio Theater with Ed Gilwhite, who has passed away now. Peace to you. I loved you. You were he was the first person who told me that, you know, you can do this as a profession, right? Like, you're really great at this. Like, you know, I mean, just improv groups. Pink Turtles. It was called Pink Turtles. It was cute too, y'all. The shirts was cute. But that's when I realized I can improv. I was like, I was really discovering myself, but at the same time, let me explain something to you. At the same time, it was not for me, because I didn't understand the Hollywood thing. I didn't understand the entertainment thing. Now I know that if I would have went to Hollywood at that young age, being as green as I was, not knowing what I know now, oh Lord, it is no telling what could have happened to me. Like, for real, like, now I know that there are predators in Hollywood that, in the entertainment business period, that look to totally change you inside and out. They don't want you for your talent. They don't want you for your quote unquote beauty, because they're going to totally change everything about you. And in the end, you're not even going to be the same person that you were in the beginning. They're manufacturing a person. And totally, for me, I'm a Libra. That's not going to work. Okay, if you know anything about Libras, or female Libras at that, no. If it's not balanced, it's not fair, it's just no. If it's not a case where I can be totally who I want to be and bring what I need to bring to the scene and be who I need to be, then no. But hey, you live and you learn. I study. Over the years, I've studied and and realized that, hey, these people have to compromise a lot of themselves to be who they want to be. Now, not saying that acting is not going to be in the future for me, but when I am presented with these opportunities, which I know I'm going to be presented with opportunities, I'm going to be able to be smart with it and know exactly what's going on. I'm not going to let these people change who I am. I'm going to bring to the table who I am, and if they can't accept that, then that's their problem. It's not going to be my problem. It's going to be their problem in the end. And so I'm going to move on, because I know that there's other opportunities for me. There's other people out there for me that want just me. And so, I mean, I was reading stuff like Phenomenal Women in my monologues and things like that. Phenomenal Woman by Maya Angelou, and I was not feeling like a phenomenal woman. Again, I had to fix me before I was able to realize what my life purpose is, or was at the time. I had to fix some things within myself, come to realizations about myself, and then doors would start opening up for me. But until I started doing the work I needed to do for myself to be the person that I needed to be, so that when these opportunities came about for me, I would not blow them. You know, because at the time, I feel like I was blowing a lot of opportunities because I was not self-confident. People were telling me, you know, how great I was, and, you know, what I could be and what I could do, but I didn't feel those things within myself. And as long as you don't feel those things within yourself, it's just not going to happen. You can't get gratification from others. The gratification has to come from within yourself. And when you meditate and you pray deeply enough, or just attempt to, these walls start tumbling down. And you start understanding things in a different light. And you start understanding where you were at fault in a lot of these situations not coming to fruition. Okay? And so, now, at 43, finally I'm understanding that before I leave this earth, I'm going to accomplish a lot more than I even fathomed. And that is, now I don't know what that is. Please, I know what some of it is. Like, I really do know what some of the things that I want to do. Traveling is one, of course. I mean, who doesn't want to travel? I mean, if you don't want to travel, that's you. But me, I want to travel, see things and places and people, and meet people and shake people's hands and hug people that I never thought I would be able to meet, hug, see, feel the energies. I want to feel so many different positive energies. I want to be able to touch a Buddhist monk, if they will allow me to touch a Buddha. I want to meditate with them. I want them to teach me. So there's a lot of things that I want to do. I want to go on meditation retreats. And I'm looking at these like purposes. These are purposes that I want to accomplish, but different from just what the things that I described earlier. And there are things that I'm being pushed to do now that I would have never done before. And it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. And it's undescribable for me. I try to describe it, but it's hard because then, you know, my family look at me like, what? Because I'm saying things that I've never said before. When they ask me a question, I'm answering questions differently. My answers are way different than what they used to be. So, I'm here to say that if you think that you have only one purpose in life, one career goal in life, one way that your life is meant to go. My truth is, you're selling yourself short. That's my truth. You're selling yourself short because I feel it. I feel it inside. There's more to life. There's more discoveries. There's more things for me. I mean, basically, at this point, I just want to be a motivation to people. Motivation, an inspiration. And if that leads to other things, that's great. But that's where I'm at. I want to be a full-on cannonball of inspiration that shoots out into the universe. And people feel me and understand that there's more to life than what you have been told, that what's been drilled into your head. There's more to life than that. You need to break out of the mold that has been given to you, because 9 times out of 10 it's been given to you. It's not something that you have created yourself. It's something your parents have said you needed to do. It's something that society has said you needed to do, and that is an untruth. Just to let you know, that is a definite untruth. Life is what you make it. Your purpose is what you make it. And there's a multitude of purposes out here. And all you have to do is connect to yourself. Connect to your energies inside. Connect to you. Don't let anybody tell you that's selfish. They're lying. Don't listen to them. That's their shortcomings. That's their shortcomings. Let them have their shortcomings. But there's nothing wrong with loving yourself first. Being in love with yourself first. And once you do that, your world starts opening up. And I think that's where I'm at. I'm at the point where things are opening up. And again, I can't tell you exactly where this is going to take me, but I am doing this YouTube channel. And with this YouTube channel, I'm hoping, my prayer is, my energies that I'm shooting out here into the universe is that you see growth in me. Step by step, every step that I take, you see growth in me. And at the same time, we can all grow together. So that was my little spiel here on purpose. Please subscribe. Please comment. Please like. And please click on the notification bell. And just know that if you feel like no one else is here for you, I am. I understand. I really do. And so I will leave you with that. Peace, love, and tranquility.